I'm Chuck Carringer. In this week's Leadership Nugget, I'll discuss the potentially delicate circumstance of when there's a disagreement with the primary leader's decision, or from an organizational structure perspective, the boss's decision. In this video, I'll examine the situation from the perspective of the primary leader or boss. Next week, we'll explore the exact same scenario from the perspective of one of the boss's direct reports. Obviously, each of these situations would be unique given the people and circumstances involved. For our purposes, I'll take a high-level view and offer a few thoughts for your consideration. First, from the perspective of the primary leader or boss. The boss makes a decision. This decision could have come after a discussion with their leadership team or without such discussion. After the decision is announced to the boss's direct reports, one of them disagrees with the decision. This disagreement wasn't made in front of the entire leadership team for whatever reason. Perhaps the team wasn't together when this direct report was informed of the decision. The direct report who disagrees with the decision requests a meeting with their primary leader or boss and expresses their disagreement with the decision. Let me pause for a moment and ask you to put yourself in the shoes of the primary leader or boss. In this situation, what would you do? A few thoughts for your consideration. Has the boss created an environment, an organizational culture where it's safe to respectfully and appropriately disagree with their decision? Better than safe would be if the disagreement were welcome and even expected of their direct reports. A few additional reminders. Listen, really listen. Eyes, ears, without interruption. Ask any needed questions for clarification. Really consider your direct report's perspective. Appreciate the courage of the direct report. For many people, it is uncomfortable to disagree with their boss. Be very intentional not to react defensively. Often, that is much easier said than done. After listening to the perspective of your direct report, think, what is the best next move in this situation? What's my best next action? You may choose to stick with your original decision, gather more information, have more discussion with key stakeholders, adjust your decision, or some other action. If you stick with your decision, I suggest that you explain your reasoning. Even though you're the primary leader or boss and you don't have to, explaining the why provides needed insight to better equip your direct report to be able to effectively execute this decision. If we desire to develop other leaders to come up with the best decision possible in every circumstance, we want to create a culture where differing viewpoints and debate are welcomed. Once a final decision is made, it is completely reasonable to expect everyone to be fully committed to executing this decision. Next week, we'll examine the same scenario from the perspective of the direct report. If you'd like to watch any of our previous leadership nuggets, they can all be found on our website, chuckcarringer.com. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.